Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we try to cut through the noise for you.
Get straight to the point.
Exactly. And today is, well, it's unique. We're basing our entire deep dive on just one thing, an article title.
Just the title.
Just the title, but it's a good one. It really is. It's Free Polish Work Visa, Smooth Application Tips.
Okay, yeah, that definitely catches the eye. Free and smooth.
Right. Those words just leap out. Free. I mean, who doesn't like free? And smooth application tips. For anyone who's ever thought about moving abroad or, dealt with any kind of visa process.
Which can be a nightmare.
Totally. So those words aren't just words. They feel like a promise, don't they?
Yeah, a promise of simplicity. Less hassle.
Exactly. It speaks right to that feeling of wanting clear info, wanting it fast, and wanting to sort of sidestep all the usual bureaucratic headaches.
It hits on a core need. People want practical guidance, especially learners who are maybe just starting to explore this. They don't want to feel swamped.
Right. And what's really interesting is how that headline itself acts like a signal, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. It immediately flags itself as valuable. Visas are typically seen as complex, maybe expensive, definitely time-consuming.
Yeah.
So a title like this says, hey, this is different, this is clear, maybe easier, maybe cheaper. It's reassuring almost.
Reassuring, that's a good word for it.
Yeah.
It suggests actionable information is coming.
Precisely. Information designed to solve your specific problems.
Okay, so that's our mission for this deep dive then. Not just to say, hey, catchy title, but to really dig into the implications. What could free Polish work visa actually mean?
Good question.
And what kind of smooth application tips would genuinely make a difference for someone trying to navigate this?
Right, because the promise needs substance behind it.
Exactly. It's about understanding the value of clear guidance when you're making potentially a pretty big life decision. So let's start with that word, free. When we see free attached to something like a visa, what does that usually signal? What's the likely reality behind it?
That's super important to clarify because free in the visa context rarely means zero cost altogether.
Okay.
Most often it means the government application fee itself is waived. Maybe Poland has a specific program or an agreement with certain countries, or they're trying to attract particular skills.
So the actual permission, the visa stamp, might not cost anything from the government side.
Correct. But, and this is the big but, there are almost always other associated costs you need to factor in.
Such as?
Well, think about things like needing to get your biometrics taken, fingerprints, photo. That might have a separate service fee.
Right, often outsourced.
Exactly. Then there could be mandatory medical checks. You might need documents officially translated, which costs money. Maybe documents need notarizing or even an apostille.
Okay, so legalization costs.
Yes. And even just courier fees if you're sending things off or using a visa application center. So while the visa fee might be zero, the process still has expenses.
That's a crucial distinction. Manages expectations, doesn't it? Seeing free might make you think the whole thing costs nothing, but that's usually not the case.
It's very rarely the case. So free fee is maybe more accurate than free process.
Good point. Okay, now the second part. Smooth application tips. If an article genuinely delivered on that, what would those tips actually involve? What makes a visa application smooth versus a total headache?
Yeah, a smooth process really comes down to, I'd say, two main things: preparation and precision.
Preparation and precision, okay.
First, really understanding exactly what documents are needed, like a super clear checklist, passport specs, photo requirements. They can be very particular.
Oh yeah, the photo rules.
Don't get me started. But also proof of funds, maybe
Right.
a work contract, educational certificates, and critically, knowing the format they need to be in: original, certified copy, translated, apostilled.
So clarity on the paperwork is job one.
Absolutely. And number two is using the official sources. Government websites, embassy portals. So many people rely on forums or third-party sites that might be out of date. That's a huge pitfall.
Right, sticking to the horse's mouth, so to speak.
Exactly. A smooth process also means avoiding common mistakes, like missing information on forms, using the wrong photo size, or just missing a deadline.
Simple things that can derail everything.
They really can. So good tips would guide you through the online portals, maybe warn you about tricky sections, perhaps even give you a heads up on what an interview might be like if one's needed.
It's about breaking it down, taking this big, scary thing and making it a series of manageable steps.
That's it, precisely. Step-by-step guidance that lets you tick things off confidently. That's what transforms confusion into clarity.
Which is really what we aim for in these deep dives, isn't it?
Yeah.
Making complex stuff feel more understandable, more actionable for you.
hmm And the sheer appeal of a title like Free Polish Work Visa, Smooth Application Tips, just highlights how much people need that clarity. They crave straightforward, reliable information, especially for big goals.
It really does underscore that universal desire for clear paths, not obstacle courses.
Yeah, it points to the value of well-organized, easy-to-digest guidance when the alternative feels overwhelming.
So that brings us to our final thought, something for you to think about. When you see an exciting promise, like a free Polish work visa coupled with smooth application tips,
Hmm.
what are the first most critical questions that pop into your head?
What specific details would you absolutely need to find first to feel confident that the application journey could actually be smooth for you?
Think about that. What information is non-negotiable for you as a learner facing something like this? Keep pondering those questions. Until next time, keep diving deep.